Have you ever found yourself giving your all in a relationship, yet still feeling unseen or unappreciated? Or maybe you tried so hard to fit someone else's expectations that you lost sight of who you really are. If you've ever felt like your value depends on others' approval, or stayed in a relationship that no longer serves you, know that you're not alone. Here's the hard truth. Your worth is not up for debate. It's not about how many likes you get or whether someone chooses to stay or leave. Your value comes from your core, your principles, your actions, and the respect you give yourself. What would it be like to let go of the fear of rejection? What if you could show up as your true, unapologetic self, without needing validation from anyone? Imagine having the courage to walk away from what doesn't serve you and make space for relationships that truly honor who you are. Today, we'll explore how Stoicism can help you embrace your worth, set clear boundaries, and build relationships grounded in mutual respect. It's time to stop chasing after validation and start attracting the love and respect you deserve. Ready to take the first step? Let's dive in. 1. Understand your own value. How often do you look in the mirror and question your worth? Do you find yourself measuring your value based on how others see you or whether you're getting the recognition you deserve? It's easy to get caught up in the opinions of others, but here's the truth. Your value is not determined by external validation. Stoicism teaches us something powerful. Your worth comes from within. It's not based on how many likes you get on social media, how much attention someone gives you, or if someone else sees your potential. Your true value is tied to the person you are at your core. Think of yourself like a rare gem. Not everyone may see your brilliance, and some might even walk right by, unaware of your true worth. But that doesn't make you any less valuable. You are still unique, precious, and deserving of respect, no matter who recognizes it. Stoicism encourages us to build our self-worth on the qualities we can control, like our actions, integrity, and the principles we stand by. Every day, remind yourself of this. You are enough just as you are. It's not about seeking approval from others or constantly chasing validation. Instead, it's about recognizing the strength, kindness, and wisdom within yourself. When you begin to live by your values, you send out a message that you are worthy of respect, not because someone else says so, but because you already know it. As you move through life, embrace your value. Don't let anyone's opinion dictate how you feel about yourself. True self-worth comes from living authentically and standing firm in who you are, no matter what others may think. When you own your value, you attract people who see you for the person you really are. This section aligns with the principles of Stoicism while speaking directly to your audience's emotional needs and desires. It encourages them to stop seeking validation and start finding strength in their own self-awareness. 2. Present yourself with respect. Have you ever found yourself trying to impress someone, changing the way you dress or speak, just to gain their approval? We all want to be liked and respected, but often we forget that true respect begins with how we see and treat ourselves. Stoicism teaches us that self-respect is a foundation of all healthy relationships. It's not about trying to be something you're not, or doing things just to get attention. Instead, it's about being authentic, staying true to your values, and presenting yourself as someone who understands their worth. When you respect yourself, others will follow suit. Imagine you're standing in front of a room full of people. One person is loud, using fancy words and exaggerated gestures to get noticed, while another is calm, composed, and speaks from a place of genuine confidence. Which one do you remember? It's often the person who stays true to themselves, who doesn't try to be flashy or fake, but just presents who they are with dignity. That's the kind of impression you want to leave. True respect is about living in alignment with your values, not changing who you are to fit someone else's expectations. If you love reading, don't hide it. If you're passionate about something, own it. It's not about impressing others. It's about showing up as the best version of yourself. One key lesson from Stoicism is that the way you treat yourself sets the standard for how others will treat you. If you constantly criticize or belittle yourself, you're sending a message that it's okay for others to do the same. But if you hold yourself in high regard, setting boundaries and respecting your time and energy, you teach others to treat you with the same respect. Start today. Present yourself with the respect you deserve. When you do, you'll find that the world begins to reflect that respect right back at you. This section emphasizes the importance of self-respect and authenticity, which resonates with the audience's desire to live with confidence and integrity. It encourages readers to stay true to their values and present themselves as worthy individuals, which aligns with Stoic principles. 3. Manage your emotions and set boundaries. How often do your emotions get the best of you? Whether it's feeling angry, frustrated, or hurt, our emotion can drive our actions, sometimes in ways we later regret. Stoicism teaches us that while we can't control everything that happens around us, we have the power to control how we respond. Managing your emotions isn't about suppressing them, but rather understanding and choosing how to react to them. Emotional control is key to living a balanced, respectful life. When we let emotions take over, we may say things we don't mean or make decisions that don't align with our values. But when we stay calm and centered, we make choices that reflect who we truly are. Stoics believe in responding with wisdom, not reacting impulsively. This allows you to maintain peace and make decisions that benefit your well-being. Along with emotional control, setting boundaries is essential for maintaining a healthy relationship with yourself and others. Boundaries are not about shutting people out. They're about protecting your time, energy, and mental health. When you establish clear boundaries, you show others that you respect yourself and your needs. If you don't set boundaries, others will take advantage, and you'll end up feeling drained or unappreciated. For example, if someone asks too much of your time or energy, saying no isn't about being rude. It's about taking care of yourself. Setting boundaries helps you stay true to your values and avoid situations that don't serve your well-being. It also shows others that you value your own time and self-respect, which makes them more likely to treat you with the same consideration. Remember, managing your emotions and setting boundaries is a sign of strength, not weakness. It's about knowing yourself, staying calm under pressure, and standing firm in your principles. By doing so, you create a life where you are in control of your emotional responses, and your relationships are built on respect and mutual understanding. This section emphasizes the importance of emotional control and setting boundaries, which are central to Stoic philosophy. It speaks directly to the audience's desire for personal growth, self-respect, and healthier relationships. 4. Be ready to walk away. There's a powerful lesson in Stoicism that can change the way you approach difficult situations. Sometimes, the best thing you can do is walk away. It's not about giving up or being weak. It's about knowing your worth and having the courage to step away from situations that no longer serve you. How many times have you stayed in a relationship or situation simply because you feared the unknown? Maybe you stayed out of love, hope, or just fear of being alone. But deep down, you knew that something wasn't right. Stoicism teaches us that true strength comes from understanding that we have the power to choose what we accept and what we let go of. When something doesn't align with your values or brings you more pain than peace, walking away becomes a most empowering choice. Walking away doesn't mean you failed. It means you recognize your own value and are no longer willing to compromise it. You're making a choice that's not driven by desperation, but by the realization that you deserve better. It's about protecting your emotional well-being and making room for healthier relationships and opportunities. Think about it. When you're in a relationship, job, or situation that doesn't honor you, you're closing the door to something better. By walking away, you free yourself to grow, learn, and attract what truly aligns with who you are and what you want in life. Of course, walking away is not always easy. It can be scary, especially if there are feelings or attachments involved. But in the end, walking away is about respect for yourself, your values, and your time. You're telling the world that you won't settle for anything less than what you deserve. So, the next time you find yourself stuck in a situation that's no longer serving you, remember, it's okay to walk away. In fact, it might be the most empowering decision you can make. This section focuses on the empowering idea of walking away when something doesn't align with your values, highlighting the strength and self-respect involved. It encourages the audience to take control of their life and relationships, aligning with Stoic principles of inner strength and self-worth. 5. Show respect through your actions. In today's world, words are easy. We can say anything, promise the moon, and make grand gestures, but when it comes to showing real respect, it's actions that matter the most. Stoicism teaches us that the true measure of respect isn't found in what we say, but in how we live and behave. Respect is earned, not spoken into existence. Think about the people you admire most. It's likely that they aren't just saying the right things, but they are living by their words. They show up, They keep their promises, and they live with integrity. This is how you show respect, not just in what you say, but in how you act in every situation. In relationships, this means following through. If you say you care, show it. If you promise to be there, be there. If you claim to respect someone's time or feelings, demonstrate it in your actions. Your actions create trust, and trust is a foundation of any healthy relationship. When your actions align with your words, you build a reputation for being someone who is reliable, honest, and true to their word. But showing respect through your actions goes beyond just keeping promises. It's about treating others with kindness, valuing their time, and setting healthy boundaries. For example, when someone oversteps a boundary, how you react shows them whether you truly respect your limits and theirs. Stoicism teaches us to respond calmly and thoughtfully, not with anger or frustration, but with the strength to stand firm in our values. In every interaction, remember that actions speak louder than words. You can talk about respect all day, but it's how you live that truly demonstrates it. Start today by aligning your actions with your values, and you'll quickly see how much more respect you earn, not just from others, but from yourself. This section emphasizes the importance of showing respect through consistent actions, reinforcing the Stoic principle that actions speak louder than words. It encourages the audience to align their behavior with their values to build trust and respect in relationships. 6. Protect yourself with healthy skepticism. In relationships and life, we often hear things that sound too good to be true. Whether it's a promise of love, success, or happiness, there's always the risk of being swept away by words that feel reassuring but may not hold up in the long run. This is where healthy skepticism comes in. Stoicism teaches us to be cautious, to think critically about what we hear and see, and not to let our emotions cloud our judgment. Healthy skepticism doesn't mean you should assume the worst about people or situations. Instead, it encourages you to take things at a steady pace. It's about keeping your eyes open and being aware of the gap between what someone says and what they actually do. Words are easy, but actions show the truth. When you apply skepticism in relationships, you're not questioning people's character, but rather their intentions and the consistency of their behavior. Are they acting with integrity? Do their actions match their words? If someone is constantly promising things but never delivering, your skepticism helps you recognize a pattern and avoid disappointment or being misled. Stoicism encourages us to focus on reality, not idealized fantasies. When we're too quick to believe that everything is perfect or someone is perfect, we may overlook red flags. By questioning everything with a calm, rational mind, you protect yourself from disappointment and potential harm. This doesn't mean you build walls around yourself, but instead, you create a balanced approach, being open, but also discerning. Skepticism helps you set boundaries. 2. It allows you to step back, think carefully, and make decisions based on facts, not just feelings. It's about self-preservation, understanding that not everything or everyone deserves your trust right away. Protect yourself with healthy skepticism, and you'll navigate relationships and life with a clearer, more realistic perspective, ensuring that you stay true to yourself and avoid unnecessary heartache. This section introduces a concept of healthy skepticism in relationships, using Stoic principles to encourage careful evaluation of situations and people. It highlights the importance of protecting oneself while staying grounded and open. 7. Never chase, always value yourself. How often do we find ourselves chasing after someone, desperately trying to earn their approval or affection? It's a natural human instinct to want to feel loved and wanted, but Stoicism teaches us something powerful. Chasing after others is not the path to happiness or fulfillment. Instead, true peace and respect come from valuing yourself first. When we constantly chase after people or things, we're sending a message that we don't believe we're enough on our own. Whether it's in a relationship or chasing after a job, we sometimes fall into the trap of thinking that if we give enough or sacrifice enough, we'll finally get what we want. But this mindset only leads to frustration and self-doubt. When we value ourselves, we stop chasing and start attracting. Think about it. People are naturally drawn to confidence, self-respect, and inner strength. When you stop desperately seeking validation from others, you begin to radiate a quiet, powerful confidence that doesn't go unnoticed. Instead of running after love, success, or approval, focus on being the best version of yourself. Invest in your growth, your passions, and your values. This way, You're not chasing anything, because the right people and opportunities will come to you. In relationships, this is especially important. When you chase someone, you risk losing your own sense of self. You might find yourself compromising on your values, desires, and needs just to keep the other person around. But when you value yourself, you set boundaries and expect respect. You show others that your time, energy, and love are not freely given but are earned through mutual respect. Remember, you don't need to chase anyone or anything. When you value yourself, you send out a message that you are worthy of love, respect, and admiration, not because of what you do for others, but simply because of who you are. Embrace your worth, and the right people will be drawn to you. 8. Cultivate inner peace, not external validation. How often do we base our happiness on how others treat us or how successful we appear? It's easy to fall into the trap of seeking validation from the outside world. But Stoicism teaches us to find peace within ourselves, not in the approval or judgment of others. Imagine if you could go through life knowing that your happiness and peace come from within. No one else's words or actions could shake your sense of self. This doesn't mean ignoring feedback or being indifferent, but it does mean not allowing your self-worth to be based on external sources. When you rely on external validation, you set yourself up for emotional ups and downs. The moment someone doesn't acknowledge you or something doesn't go your way, your self-esteem takes a hit. Stoicism encourages us to develop a mindset of independence, where we are not swayed by external factors but remain calm and centered no matter the circumstances. You can start by practicing self-reflection and focusing on your values, not others' opinions. Ask yourself, what do I stand for? What is important to me? These are the questions that keep your internal compass aligned. Instead of measuring your success by social media likes or how others perceive you, start focusing on your personal growth and peace of mind. When you cultivate inner peace, you stop chasing the approval of others and begin living with integrity. You will attract the right people and experiences into your life, not because you're trying to please anyone, but because you are fully aligned with who you truly are. 9. Embrace the power of saying no. In today's world, it's easy to feel pressured to say yes to everything, whether it's meeting people's expectations, taking on more responsibilities, or constantly trying to please others. But Stoicism teaches us a vital lesson. True strength comes from knowing when to say no. Saying no isn't just about rejecting requests or turning down opportunities. It's about preserving your energy, time, and mental well-being. Often, we say yes out of fear. Fear of disappointing someone, fear of missing out, or fear of being seen as selfish. But when we say yes to everything, we end up spreading ourselves too thin, leaving little room for what truly matters. Stoicism encourages us to align our actions with our values. If something doesn't serve your higher purpose or align with your personal principles, it's okay to say no. In fact, it's necessary. When you say no to things that don't align with your values, you're saying yes to your well-being, your peace of mind, and your true priorities. Think about it. Every time you say yes to something that drains you, you're saying no to something more important, whether it's time for self-care, time with loved ones, or time to focus on personal growth. Saying no is a way to protect your energy, ensure that your commitment aligns with your life's purpose, and ultimately, build a life that reflects your values, not the demands of others. By practicing the power of saying no, you set clear boundaries. You teach others how to treat you, and you make space for the things that truly contribute to your growth and happiness. Remember, it's not selfish to say no. It's an act of self-respect. As we wrap up, remember this. True strength lies not in what we do for others, but in how we treat ourselves. By embracing Stoic principles, you have the power to stop chasing approval, set healthy boundaries, and live a life built on self-respect and inner peace. You are worthy of love, respect, and success, not because of what you do for others, but because of who you are at your core. So, take a moment to reflect on the steps you can take today to start valuing yourself more. Whether it's learning to say no when you need to, managing your emotions with grace, or standing firm in your boundaries, each small change you make brings you closer to the person you're meant to be. Thank you for watching. If you found value in today's video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that helps you grow and live with purpose. And remember, the journey to self-respect and genuine connection begins with one simple step: believing in your worth. Take that step today.